Hello everyone, Dan here from the Next Issue Podcast. On today's video, we're going to be doing a review for The Boys episode 5 from season 4, Beware the Jabberwock, My Son. I don't know what the heck that title means. I've watched the episode and I was just trying to put it together. I don't know what the Jabberwock is or means, but we're going to get onto it anyways. In this episode, attention, hashtag superfans, this year's V52 see A-Train live and in person as he presents an exclusive sneak peek at his powerful true life story, Training A-Train. V52 is powered for fans by fans. This is really funny because this is obviously like their D23 or whatever conference for bot. So there's a lot of the episode where we do that's kind of the framing of the episodes while everything else is going on. So this was a pretty explosive episode, had a lot of action. It paid off a lot of things. I think if you remember, especially with Huey, he has his own kind of little story, and I think that's kind of coming a full circle or to a close. We also get to see a few great performances, specifically from some of our favorites from the show. And then, of course, the shenanigans, the wild things, those wild swings that the boys like to take. And then on top of that, we continue to see Sage's plan moving forward, Homelander's plan moving forward, and the all the vitriol and the exposure that happened in the last episode. Uh, we're gonna see that I think finally reach its conclusion, or at least very close, right? Annie, aka Starlight, has been going through some rough times, especially after what happened in the last episode with Firecracker. So yeah, all that stuff I think is gonna pay off, but really cool stuff. We get some interesting, very cool returns. So we're gonna get into spoilers now. So I'm gonna just kind of go through the episode. We'll talk about, how all that played out. So if you haven't seen the episode, make sure to go check it out and let me know what you thought about it later down in the comments. So as I mentioned, uh, we open up at B52 Expo. This is their convention for VOD where they announce all the stuff that they're doing, which is very much like D23 or imagine Hall H at San Diego Comic Con, where I think they were doing some really fun commentary on like the MCU, right? They break out like this whole slate of films, like over like they talk about Phase 9, so like obviously taking a few shots at the MCU, which I thought was really fun. We also see Simon Pegg. We get a check in on him at the hospital with Huey after what happened in the last episode. He was injected with V, and now we don't know, but he looks like he's doing better. We'll see about that. We also see Butcher meeting Joe at the park, planning to get the virus to put some stuff in motion. But I think Butcher's still a little hesitant. Also, we still don't even know if Joe is a real person or he's just if he's just somebody that's also in Butcher's imagination. Butcher does fill in the group on what he plans to do with the virus. With the virus, it's all explained in Gen V. At the beginning of this episode, we do get a quick summary of that piece of it. So, in the recap, not only do we get a recap for the full episode or for the previous season, for the previous stuff on the boys, but we also get a little snippet from Gen V season 1, which is very important for this episode. So, this is the first time I feel like if you only watch the boys, like you may be kind of missing on some context, but the show not only does it give you that little snippet at the beginning, it also kind of fills you in with some context clues all throughout the episode. Um, so the plan is the boys get Stan Edgar a pardon from the president to get him out of jail. So that's right, Giancarlo Esposito is in this episode. You might have seen it. I think it was on the as soon as you hit on Prime, the screenshot they show you is Victoria and then Stan Edgar standing side by side. So, we also go see the boys go to a farm that Stan Edgar and now Victoria, since they are, she's kind of his daughter, uh, and they get ambushed by Victoria and her team. We then sue back to 52 conference. Every time we check in on there, it's really funny. We get to see that director Adam pitch Ryan on a TV show. But Homelander and Ryan, they turned down the TV series. I think Homelander is encouraging Ryan to make all these decisions, or at least making him feel empowered, because he wants to make sure that he knows he is better. He's not human, right? That's Homelander's whole deal this season. So it's, man, anytime that director shows up, I think it's hilarious. We also see that because of some stuff that happened at the farm, Victoria had turned that into like a lab to test the virus. She last had it after the end of the items the things that happened in Gen V. And yeah, she has a lab. She's been testing it, but it seems like one of the hamsters escaped because it was crazed up with V, and the V supply got into the V got into the water supply, and now some of the farm animals also have V powers, which is really fun because then we get to see Attack of the Super Farm Animals on both the boys and Victoria's team, so they all have to kind of work together. I want to say Giancarlo Esposito is a treasure, and he's great, returning in his role as Stan Edgar. He just brings so much gravitas to the show, but also like his character is super well written. It's so good. So like the performance just really really works. We also see that main reporter guy that had been with Ashley. We saw him get. We saw him be. They had a weird relationship that we saw in the past few episodes, but they finally break up. It's time to move on, right? Also, A Train tells Ashley the truth to get some help with Sister Sage, and that ends up paying off big time later on in the episode. We go back to the hospital to check in on Huey and Hugh Sr. and his mom. Um, and we see that he has powers now. Like Huey's looking for his dad, and he's been having some issues with his memory. He also has the power to kind of like Kitty Pride to like phase through stuff, but obviously he can't control it. So like he rips out a man's heart, maybe accidentally, maybe he thinks he was attacking him. So it was a combination of like his mind not being in the right place and then him not being able to control the powers. It's pretty freaking gruesome. Like we see, like he's Simon Pegg, which also great performance as well. Him and Giancarlo Esposito, I think. I don't know if we'll see them in the we definitely won't see Simon Pegg in the future, but I don't know if we'll see Stan Edgar in the future either. But if this was their kind of send off, they really both knocked it out of the park in this episode. But yeah, he killed a man. He's holding his heart in his hand. We then also see the Guardians of Godolkin, Sam and Kate from Gen V, show up at the conference. So it looks like the show's kind of folding them in because we'll see them later again with some of the other with the seven. We also get Ryan finally. Homelander asking him like, "What do you want to do? What is the thing that you should do next?" And he says, "I want to help people." Now, earlier on in the episode, we had seen that the director Adam had been kind of harassing one of the PAs, production assistants, on the convention. So Ryan wants to help her, and boy, does he ever! It's just you need to go watch the scene. It's great. It's nothing super violent, but it's still like really interesting how Ryan has his own weird way now of helping people, and how he and Homelander's goal of making him seem like he is better is working, right? So the gang runs into what we thought was going to be a Super Bowl, a bull that's charged up with V, but it's actually some killer sheep. You might have seen that in the trailer. So after they find Dr. Shaw, who we reveal that is Zoe's dad, who used to work for Stan Edgar, and now there is in a relationship with Victoria. We see that they're going to use the last of the virus. He was able to save a sample, but they have to use it to stay alive. So they have to infect the body and kill, so that they can kill the sheep. The sheep do eventually die. It's a really fun scene. All the stuff at the farm is actually pretty incredible. As far as just like how the shenanigans that happen are super outlandish. But Dr. Shaw goes missing, and now Stan Edgar also has to go back to prison, or maybe not. We do see that his as his car stops, his driver's head explodes. So obviously Victoria's coming for him. We then get to one of the probably biggest scenes in this episode, where Homelander makes a speech to the Seventh that there will come a day where they will have to stop being heroes and become gods. and he wants to make sure that they're all ready for that. Sam and Kate are also involved in this because they are pretty, there are soups, and we get, Sister Sage has been suspecting A Train of being the leak all along, and Ashley sets up her old ex boyfriend to take the fall, and they just run like they kill him. That's all it is. That's all it is. They kill him. Um, we also see that after they come back and everything's done, Frenchie turns himself into the police, because of what happened last episode with the he revealed the truth to that guy he was seeing, that he was the one that killed his family. So we'll see how that pays off, because I mean technically he works for the CIA, so I mean they can probably get him out. But also there's people that could get to Frenchie in prison, right? So last but not least, Huey helps. His dad is deteriorating his condition. Like he's killed a bunch of people at the hospital already. The hospital's in lockdown looking for him. So Huey helps his dad move on, with some drugs that he found at the hospital. It's a very touching scene. Like I said, Simon Pegg is great. Yeah, so it was pretty tough. So I don't think we definitely won't see Simon Pegg anymore, which is like a whole full circle moment, because obviously the original Huey character from The Boys, his design was based on Simon Pegg's look. So there we have that. And then at the end, a little, not so much a stinger, but just a little scene till he was hanging. We see that Butcher and Joe actually have Dr. Shaw because they want him to make more of the virus. And then one last touch that I really enjoyed is that the end song for the credits was Old MacDonald, because of course they were in a farm with all the killer animals. So pretty good episode. Continue to enjoy this season. It is bonkers bananas, all the stuff that they're doing. So if you've seen this episode, let me know what you thought about it down in the comments. As always, thank you for watching, everyone. Remember to share, like, subscribe, hit the bell so you know when we go live. That is most Saturdays, 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. Stay tuned. We have more comic reviews, trailer reactions, TV recaps, all that fun stuff in the channel. Thanks for watching, everyone.